And now I'm crying because I just rewatched Hamilton's America. Fuck you. Fuck you. I swear to God, this musical and everything around it, just all the ideas and Lynn's genius and all the people and kindness and everything just makes me feel so alive. Like I'm incredibly high on sugar and caffeine and life. Like, how would you do that? How? I do not understand. It's so crazy. This is an absolute nonsense video, and I wanted to talk to you about yesterday and about the incredible London West End cast of Hamilton at the Victoria Palace Theatre. But I'm just so caught up in it still that I can't even really talk about it. It's absolutely crazy. Even yesterday when I caught the coach right back home directly after the show ended, and I just listened to the original Broadway cast recording for the entire time that I was on the road, and it ended exactly when I arrived back home, and it was just so and everything I heard, and I compared it to what I just heard in London and saw subtle differences and very big differences and all the new stuff that I'd seen from the visualization and everything, and it was so absolutely incredible that I just oh my God, I cannot get over this play. There were things, for example, I very much loved Lafayette and Jefferson, especially Jefferson, who felt very different to me than David's, original version, everything that I'd seen from him. But still, it embodied that character in a way that made sense, and it was still the same, but so different. And I loved it so much. Also, George Washington, still essentially the same, but different. And like those two kind of, I actually did not see the new Hamilton Jamal. I saw the alternate, whose name is Ash Hunter, I believe. And he was very good too. And now I feel like I still have to go again and somehow get a ticket to somehow get to see Jamal as well. Because I have to see all of it. I need to know everything, There were so many things, just things in the choreography, and that corresponded to the music so well, and things that there's so much in the soundtrack, so much in the recording, but there's even more obviously on stage. And also, for example, the King George, the British King George, this time with an actual British accent, brought so much to these little bits that he's got. Like, the audience loved it. Oh my God, the audience went crazy anyway. It was absolutely brilliant. And oh my God, I love it so much. And just before, I'd also read an article about the Bullet, the character, the Bullet, and then I obviously saw it, like, while it was happening, while the play was happening, I was following the Bullets, like, wrote through the story and stuff, and it was absolutely incredible. And all the choreography and the lighting and everything is just so incredible, and just the emotion. I mean, I knew I was gonna cry hell and high water, like it was always gonna be that way. But I mean, I'd prepared properly. I was wearing a jumper, and I'd taken tissues out of the plastic packaging and put them up my sleeve because I didn't want to make any noise, but I knew that I would need plenty of them. And I did need so many of them, like in the first act already and stuff. But then it's always that point in It's Quiet Uptown when it goes like, forgiveness, can you imagine? That is always the point at which the tears keep rolling. They won't stop again. That's it. After that, there's still the election of 1800 and all that sort of thing, and it's kind of upbeat and fun, but they're still kind of there. I can't, because, oh my god. I mean, I obviously I cry when Philip dies and everything, and it's awful and harrowing, but that forgiveness, can you imagine? That's always like, I don't know, I can't. And when it was over, obviously it was all the story and all the emotion, all the actors and everything about it, and the audience sniffling and everything. All of that made me cry even more, but also just the fact that I bought this ticket a year ago, not knowing where I'd be living. Would I be living like Europe mainly? Would I be living in the UK? Would I have like time to go, whatever, but like trying to find the date that I would most likely kind of make it. And at that point last year, booking that ticket, I'd been obsessed with Hamilton for so long, and it's been such a part of my life. And it kind of like thinking back at moments like when I'd first seen videos on YouTube, and when the cast recording came out, and all the Ham for Ham shows online and on YouTube, and the documentary Hamilton's America and everything. All these are like parts of my life in the last few years, so that now that seemed like this culmination as well for me personally, which was incredible, because last year I was planning that, and I just written the applications and everything in my essays to get to where I am now, and I had no idea whether it would work, and now I am here, and I've done all this, and I've seen Hamilton, and it was just this big moment. And yeah, I don't, and now I can't get off of the high, but I don't really want to either. I mean, I have loads of things to do, obviously, but I want to relish in this moment for a little while longer, so that I just watch the documentary again and everything. And yeah, who lives, who dies, who tells your story? Oh god, yeah. I mean, I was gonna say sorry you had to hear that, but you always knew that was coming, so. And I've got so much more to say, there will probably be more. Thank you for listening to me. I love you so much. Mwah. An open letter to the fat, arrogant, anti-charismatic national embarrassment known as President John Adams. The man's irrational. He claims that I'm in league with Britain and some vast international intrigue. Bitch, please. You wouldn't know what I'm doing. You always go on berserk, but you never show up to work. Give my regards to Abigail next time you write about my lack of moral compass. At least I do my job up in this rumpus. Oh, with the lines behind me, I crossed it again with the prisoners, lost it again. Ah, center of life, better to your wife with the bosses in Boston again. Let me ask you a question. Who said at a desk when you're in Massachusetts? They're calling you Dick Pickens 76 and you haven't done anything new since. You're a nuisance with no sense. You would die of relevance. You can call me a devil. You spider my level. You spider my level. Say hi to Jefferson's spies that are around me. Maybe they can confirm. I don't care if they kill my career with the lead. I'm confining you to one term. Sit down, John. You fit motherfucker.